everyone! So today I'm going to go over my top 3 eyeshadow palettes. So this is of course personal preference, but it's also just tried and true, things that really work well for me. They are just known for their quality, and they're some of my faves. So let's go. The first that I have to mention is Viseart. So Viseart is spelled like this in case you were wondering. And I have a few of their palettes, but I'm going to just show you a couple right here. So this is the Viseart Pro 1. So this is all matte shades, just a really nice array of shades, a few pops of color with mostly neutral. This is one palette that I use all the time when it comes to bridal, just super handy. The quality to Viseart is unmatched. You need a tiny bit to go a long way, and they just blend super easily. They blend like a dream. They're super creamy. This is, which one is this? The neutral mattes, as you can see, also well loved. So these are just some of my faves, staples in my kit. And the cool thing with Viseart is they're actually sold at Sephora. So of course, as a consumer, you're going to pay full price. I luckily get a pro discount if I get these products through a pro website. So if you're a pro makeup artist watching this, definitely go that route. If you're a consumer, they are going to seem pricey. So this eyeshadow palette is $80. That seems like a lot for 12 eyeshadows. It really is just a professional top-of-the-line product. And that's the only way I can kind of describe it to you. But I know a lot of us are used to paying probably no more than $50 for 12 eyeshadows, so I get it. It's a lot, but I promise you it's worth the investment. Next we have Natasha Denona, and I have several of her palettes as well. This is the Lila palette, so this is 15 eyeshadows, super shimmery, super pretty. There's only a couple mattes in here. It's a mostly shimmery palette. Kind of purpley neutrals with a few like gold and pops of color, orangey, pinky. This I believe was like $130 or somewhere around that price point. So this also is another pricey one. And then her smaller palettes, the 5 pans, which look like this. These are probably more in the $50 range. I think they're 50 or less. But oh my gosh, just her eyeshadows are super buttery, super creamy. The only thing is they can be a little soft, so I will show you, like, they can break if you drop them pretty easily, so just be careful, but I feel like that's part of what makes that application so dreamy. So Natasha Denona is another one that if you have some money to spend, definitely worth the investment. I would say for her, shimmery, I think I really like her shimmers. Viseart, I really like their mattes. I like them overall, but I would say if you're going for matte, go for Viseart. If you're going for shimmer, go for Natasha Denona, if you're looking to splurge. Then I would be remiss if I did not mention the Urban Decay Naked Palettes. So I do not have every single Naked palette that exists. They are coming out with more and more these days. I didn't get the cherry. I think they had an orange. Was it Heat? I think was the orange one. Now they have a purple one. They're kind of going farther and farther away from the Naked line, if you ask me, because the first 3 were very neutral, and then they started getting into smoky, and then now they're getting into colors. So to me, it doesn't really make sense that it's called Naked anymore. I think they're pretty colors. I just haven't gotten them. But the Naked one just holds a very special place in my heart. As you can see, it's a little beat up. It is well loved. Look at that one. Really well loved. I do actually have a backup of this when they re-released it, or no, not when they re-released it, when they were going away with it and it was half off at Ulta. You betcha I bought a backup, because it's just, this is one of the first eyeshadow palettes that really became a staple for me and was like good quality and more higher end and all that kind of stuff. And I also really love warmer tones on me. I actually have it on today. So I really like warmer tones better on me than cooler, which is why I prefer the Naked one over the Naked 2, although I do have that as well. And then the Naked 3, I have to be in the mood for it. It's a little too pinky sometimes so that it can make my eyes look a little red. So this one is just it for me. It is not by any means like the best quality out there. There definitely are better, which is like what I was telling you with the other palettes. This is more of like your mid-price point. So this is, you feel like you got a higher end product. It's $50, 52, 54, somewhere around there now. And the quality is really good. A little goes a long way. There's minimal fallout. It's good stuff. Yeah, I would say if you're looking for maybe that mid price point, the Naked line is really nice. Unfortunately, the Naked one no longer exists. They reformulated it, I think, and they came out with, I think it's called Naked Reloaded. Don't quote me, but I think that's what it's called. And basically, it looks very similar to this, but it's technically different. I don't know. I don't know why they did that. Also, people always had a problem with this packaging, which is why all of the other ones are in metal, like tin-like packaging. I always preferred this one because I like how you could bend it over and use it. I feel like this makes a lot more sense than the tins that take up more room and aren't as flexible. I don't think it's terrible. Yes, if your dog gets to it, it might not be a great situation. However, if you put it somewhere safe, it's all good. So, anyways, I'm just telling you about my love affair with the Naked palette apparently, but it is definitely a special one in my heart, and so I had to mention it as my third. Honorable mention time. So this is not a palette. This is a palette that I created. So this is one of the Z palettes. Ignore up here. We're not talking about up here right now. Well, a couple of them are. But I'm going to talk about the Inglot eyeshadows. So these are individual eyeshadows that you pop into your own palette. So whether you have a Z palette or you have the MAC palette and you configured it to be open like this, a Makeup Forever palette, anything that's empty that you could just, and it's magnetized that you can just pop these in. I really love these Inglot eyeshadows. I just feel like they are also more of a professional grade. Little goes a long way, blends like a dream, minimal fallout, just pigmented, beautiful, and they're not that expensive. I remember when I visited the Inglot store for the first time in New York City, like back when I was first getting into makeup, and I didn't even know what it was. I couldn't appreciate it back then. But if I went back now, I would definitely enjoy it more. So I really, really love these. So if you're looking to create a palette, I honestly would go for Inglot over MAC these days. MAC kind of goes back and forth with their formula. I don't know what they're doing these days, but the formula in their eyeshadows is not the same as it used to be. Inglot's is good. And it's probably the same price or cheaper. So definitely if you're looking to create your own palette, Inglot is awesome. So that's all I have for you today. I hope this was helpful and I hope you enjoyed it. I will link any of the products that I talked about down in the description box, so if you want to shop them, you can. But yeah, let me know what your favorite eyeshadow palettes are. I'm always looking for more eyeshadows. I remember when I first got into makeup and that was like my favorite part. All the palettes, all the individuals. Alright, I'm going to end this video. The mailman is being loud and dogs are barking. So hope you enjoyed and I will see you in my next one. Bye!